Why Roman Reigns missed Raw after Survivor Series. Jey Uso's heel turn is imminent. New footage shows Paul Heyman didn't shove a kid at Survivor Series. A huge update on Fatu's WWE future. Rhea Ripley suddenly collapses on Raw. Liv Morgan needs to revive the Judgment Day. The real reasons why Jey Uso failed to advance to finals on Raw. Why CM Punk versus Bron Breakker for the World Heavyweight title is a huge mistake. Let's dive right in. Jey Uso's heel turn is imminent. WWE Raw after Survivor Series. War Games 2025 was arguably a decent show. This week's edition of The Red Show didn't feature any massive moments. Despite competing in a big match this past Saturday, Roman Reigns was notably missing from the program. Gunther and LA Knight managed to qualify for the final round of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Let's look at things WWE subtly told us on Monday Night Raw after Survivor Series. Number 1, the Judgment Day wants all the gold. The Judgment Day was involved in multiple segments on Monday Night Raw. The return of Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio's victory over John Cena boosted the faction's momentum. WWE hinted at a showdown between Stephanie Vaquer and Morgan for the women's world title. In the main event, the female members of the faction crashed the brawl that ensued after Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. These developments subtly confirm that the Judgment Day wants all the gold, and it is coming to hunt down the champions on Raw. Number 2, Jey Uso's heel turn is imminent. Jey Uso suffered a loss against LA Knight and failed to advance to the final of the Last Time Is Now tournament. After his bout, the Yeet Master was visibly frustrated and started destroying the Prime hydration station at ringside. Later, in a backstage conversation, Jey claimed that the world title suits Reigns, but not him. Main event Jey's frustration subtly confirms that his heel turn is imminent. His actions on Raw planted the seeds for a much-awaited character change. Number 3, Mystery Man from Survivor Series unlikely to be revealed this year. A Mystery Man attacked CM Punk at Survivor Series and helped Team Vision secure the victory. However, on the Raw after the PLE, WWE barely mentioned the assailant. Hence, it seems like the company is unlikely to reveal the attacker's identity this year. On the January 5th, 2026 edition of Raw, CM Punk is set to defend his world title against Bron Breakker. The Mystery Man will likely appear on the show and help Breakker to secure a victory. They could reveal their real identity after the championship showdown. Number 4, Fatu's return was teased. When Solo Sikoa and MFT were arriving at the venue for Raw, Solo Sikoa was seen staring at Fatu's poster on the company's production truck. This sequence seemingly suggests that the Samoan werewolf will soon return to the promotion. The MFTs could be the ones who attacked him on SmackDown weeks ago. When Fatu returns, he might engage in a feud with Sikoa again. Number 5, Natalya is coming back with the Loki Legend gimmick. During Raw this week, WWE aired a promo where Natalya was seen training with Maxine Dupree. The veteran is seemingly preparing Dupree to be a defending champion after she captured the Women's Intercontinental title. The way Natalya was portrayed in the segment subtly suggests that she could be returning to WWE TV with the Loki Legend gimmick. The 43-year-old star is considered one of the most experienced stars in the women's division, and it seems that Triple H is now going to present her in the same way. Number 6, Rey Mysterio may be retiring from WWE soon. Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul engaged in a heated segment on Monday Night Raw. This happened when the Maverick mocked the master of the 619 backstage and threatened to retire him. In response, Mysterio slapped the YouTuber. Since Logan Paul referenced Mysterio's retirement on Raw, it could be a hint that the Hall of Famer might hang up his boots in the near future. New footage shows Paul Heyman didn't shove a kid at Survivor Series. Paul Heyman was at the center of a social media firestorm after footage appeared to show him pushing a young fan after WWE Survivor Series. War Games went off the air, but a new update paints a very different picture. According to PW Insider, multiple WWE sources have confirmed that the initial video clip circulating online doesn't show the entire situation. A second camera angle, filmed from behind the child, shows that the boy actually bypassed several layers of security and police officers in an attempt to get close to Heyman. There is footage shot from behind the child that shows he actually made his way around several security members and police officers who were putting space between the talents and the WWE performers, pushing past them to get near Heyman. In the newly surfaced angle, Heyman does raise his arm, but just to create space. At that same moment, a nearby security guard forcibly pulls the fan back, which now appears to be what actually moved the child, not Heyman. One of the security officials physically yanked the fan backwards, and it was likely that person who moved the fan, not Heyman. WWE sources also placed blame squarely on local event security, calling the situation a preventable breakdown that left Heyman and others in a no-win scenario. One WWE source stated the blame should fall on the local security for failing to prevent the fan from getting around them, not Heyman or any other performer put in that no-win situation where they have to react in real time as they are trying to return backstage. The incident took place shortly after Team Heyman picked up a huge victory in the men's War Games main event. The match ended when a masked man attacked CM Punk, leading to Bron Breakker spearing and pinning the World Heavyweight Champion to secure the win. But instead of celebrating, Heyman found himself going viral for all the wrong reasons, until this new angle changed everything. Another unanswered question remains, where were the child's parents? So far, none of the footage reveals that detail. What started as a controversial fan moment is now turning into a discussion about live event safety, boundaries, and the pressure WWE talent face when navigating chaotic post-show environments. Do you think the internet was too quick to judge Paul Heyman, or should security have done more to prevent the incident? A huge update on Jacob Fatu's WWE future. A recent report has finally shed some light on Jacob Fatu's WWE status amid his continuous absence from in-ring action after undergoing dental surgery. As per PW Insider, the Samoan werewolf is close to making his return to the company. Back in October, Fatu became a victim of a dastardly backstage attack on SmackDown by a mystery figure. The angle was supposed to write the former US champion off TV as he needed some time away to deal with his dental issue. Jacob Fatu was also reportedly supposed to be a part of the War Games match at Survivor Series 2025, but the untimely injury forced WWE to alter those plans. Now, according to a new report by PW Insider, Fatu was finally close to making his comeback. It was noted that it was only a matter of time before the former Bloodline member was back on the road. A few weeks in an interview, Jacob's younger brother, Journey Fatu, opened up about the heinous attack on his elder sibling. Journey revealed that he had spoken to the Samoan werewolf earlier in the day and strongly believes it was someone very close to the SmackDown star who was behind the attack. I mean, really, we had FaceTime earlier that day and he was talking about his stomach was hurting and I was like, "Where did you go eat at?" He was like, "Waffle House." Sometimes it be the people closest to you, he said. Though fans had been quite curious regarding the identity of Jacob Fatu's attacker, WWE hasn't really focused on the story as of late, possibly due to the build-up to Survivor Series 2025. However, now that the premium live event is behind us, one can only hope that the company delivers a compelling payoff to the storyline. Rhea Ripley suddenly collapses on Raw. Rhea Ripley suddenly collapsed on WWE Raw. Everyone was left watching with concern. Ripley was wrestling on Raw despite a broken nose, and after a very hard-hitting match during the War Games bout as well. The star took a lot of punishment heading into the bout and in the match itself, making for an incredible showing. Unfortunately, it appeared to take a toll on her, and she suffered as a result during the course of the match on Raw tonight. Although at War Games, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky teamed up with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, both teams made the intention to go after the Women's Tag Team Championships very clear as well. As a result, in the main event of the match, they faced each other to determine who would challenge the Kabuki Warriors for the title. Unfortunately, during the bout, when Ripley was about to deliver the Razor's Edge and lift Charlotte Flair onto her back, the star completely collapsed and dropped the Queen. Her knees buckled under her, leaving her nowhere to go but down. The star was thankfully able to get back on her feet and finally deliver the move later. However, what this says about her health and condition at this moment is uncertain. While Ripley is teaming with Sky to get at the tag team titles, the star is also involved in another story. Last week, when she met Damian Priest, she told him that she had an idea, indicating that the star intends to work with him to face one of the biggest threats to her former partner right now. The star has been facing Zelina Vega and Aleister Black alone, but that may not be the case for much longer after this. Liv Morgan needs to revive the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan returned on WWE Monday Night Raw after nearly 5 months. The last time she was on the show was on June 16th, when she dislocated her shoulder during a match against Kairi Sane. The Miracle Kid made a surprising return at WWE Survivor Series War Games last week and pulled up a mind-blowing ruse to help Dominic Mysterio steal a win against John Cena. In tonight's show, the Judgment Day was inside the ring, but Liv Morgan made a separate entrance. She didn't waste time taking shots at the group and said that while she was back, things hadn't been good in the group. She claimed that she overheard that the Judgment Day had turned weak, lost some gold, and was falling apart. However, she also said that now that she was back, things would be fine in the stable. It's hidden from none that Liv Morgan hasn't been on good terms with Finn Balor for the past few months. Ever since Balor recruited Roxanne Perez into the group without consulting any other member of the team, Morgan has been incensed with him. Even on tonight's show, when Morgan got out of the car with Dominic, she exchanged pleasantries with everyone except Balor and Roxanne. This showed that she still hasn't let go of her disgust with the duo. Since Liv Morgan has said that she would be spearheading a change in Judgment Day, she can kick out Finn Balor and JD McDonough and replace them with Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Grayson Waller, the New Day. She can justify this decision by saying that Balor and McDonough lost their WWE World Tag Team titles, and it doesn't appear that they will be able to win back the gold. Hence, throwing them out of the group is the perfect decision. It appeared that Liv Morgan is not going to get along with Roxanne Perez at any cost. However, she surprised the WWE Universe in the main event of the show when she lifted Roxanne and Raquel's hands up in the air, clearing that all was well between the two. Morgan, along with Raquel and Roxanne, attacked the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, in the main event of WWE Raw. Asuka and Kairi were out there to attack Rhea Ripley, Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. The Judgment Day appeared out of nowhere and took everyone out. After taking out Kairi and Asuka, Roxanne tried to hand over the title to Liv Morgan, but Morgan reciprocated the gesture, thus surprising the fans. Therefore, it now appears that instead of throwing out Roxanne and Raquel from the group for losing the titles, Liv Morgan is going to help them win back the gold. It also appears that to revive Judgment Day, Liv Morgan can also declare herself as the leader of the group. Till now, the faction isn't headed by anyone, with Finn Balor only asserting himself as the leader, with nobody apart from JD buying it. But now it appears that Liv Morgan has taken over the charge, and the group has even accepted her in the new role. The way she lifted Roxanne and Raquel's hands up in the air, and the way she spoke to the entire group in the middle of the ring, showed that Liv Morgan was indeed the new leader of the Judgment Day. Next week on WWE Raw, she might formally announce her position. The real reasons why Jey Uso failed to advance to finals on Raw. Jey Uso is no longer part of WWE's Last Time Is Now tournament after suffering a loss to LA Knight on Raw following the Survivor Series show. The Yeet Master delivered an excellent performance, but the megastar rolled him up in the end to advance to the tournament finals. Following the loss, the Samoan star was visibly upset and even crashed the Prime hydration bottles at ringside. Here are reasons why Jey Uso got eliminated from the Last Time Is Now tournament and lost to Knight on Raw. The post-match frustration of the Yeet Master could be one of the potential reasons why he suffered a loss on the red brand. WWE likely wants to set up his heel turn, and that can only happen if he loses in the semifinals of the tournament. This could be why Jey suffered a loss on Monday Night Raw and is no longer part of the race to select John Cena's final opponent. Jey's post-match destruction shows he is unhappy with himself, which eventually leads him to become a villainous star in the near future. Over the past few months, LA Knight has failed to achieve anything remarkable in the Stamford-based promotion. Many believe that the Triple H-led creative team is poorly booking the megastar. To regain the WWE Universe's confidence, the game must book Knight as the winner. Additionally, the former United States champion needed the victory to regain some momentum in a stacked roster. This could be another reason why Jey suffered a loss on Raw after the Survivor Series show. It's crucial to note that when Jey entered the Last Time Is Now tournament, he was already involved in the Team CM Punk versus Team Vision storyline for War Games. Even now, his story with Roman Reigns after costing him at Crown Jewel remains untold. WWE can also reunite with the Usos for a World Tag Team title pursuit. This shows that there are already many high-profile storylines waiting for the former World Heavyweight Champion. Giving him the finale match in the Last Time Is Now tournament could have become a major mistake and a waste of opportunity. This could be why WWE decided to give LA Knight and the megastar a chance to advance to the tournament finals. Why CM Punk versus Bron Breakker for the World Heavyweight title is a huge mistake. CM Punk will defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Bron Breakker on the January 5th, 2026 episode of Monday Night Raw. This was a match that nobody saw coming. Paul Heyman made the announcement tonight on the show after having a word with the Raw general manager, Adam Pearce. Heyman and Breakker were seen outside Pearce's office, and the wise man told Pearce that he needs to talk about a potential match for Bron Breakker as the badass pinned CM Punk in the War Games match. The two went inside Pearce's room, and minutes later, Heyman was in the center of the ring along with the rest of the Vision members, and he made the announcement. Bron Breakker, too, didn't hold back and cut one of the most intense promos in his career. He called CM Punk and Seth Rollins narcissistic personalities and roared that next year on Raw, he is going to defeat the best in the world for the World Heavyweight Championship. However, if we watch closely, the match could turn out to be a damp squib, just like John Cena's heel turn, which nosedived, and today nobody wants to talk about it. Bron Breakker's match against CM Punk and his crowning as the new World Heavyweight Champion could go against the company's interests. This was the kind of contest that should have been kicked off with a good storyline and finally culminate at WrestleMania 42. It's beyond comprehension why WWE is being so hasty with this match and booking it in the main event of Monday Night Raw. A title change as such won't look good on just a TV show, but it should have been happening at a PLE event. At the moment, there's no storyline between the two. All Breakker did was pin Punk in the War Games match, which was not even a singles match but a 5-on-5 match. There's a general heat between Punk and Bron Breakker, which is generally there between a heel and a babyface. Apart from that, there is nothing between the two. Therefore, WWE should have first built a storyline between the two, and then announced this match for WrestleMania 42. Generally, a title match is given to a young superstar either when he wins the Money in the Bank contract or when he qualifies for a Battle Royal or any other tournament. In Breakker's case, he hasn't done anything so far, and has only pinned Punk in a PLE event, which also came after a mysterious person first neutralized Punk. It seems that the company is hurrying to hand over the World Heavyweight Championship to Bron Breakker. It's understandable that he is the future of the business and was in the beeline to win the title, but handing him over on a TV show, and that too against a WWE legend, can backfire. In fact, it could be harmful for Bron Breakker's own reputation also. Over the years, we have seen rising superstars win gold at big WWE events. Stars like Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Roman Reigns have won titles at big PLEs rather than on TV shows. If WWE books Bron Breakker for a win on Raw, it would do an injustice to his talent also. Bron Breakker beating CM Punk to win the World Heavyweight Championship could also harm WWE's business. It could severely impact Monday Night Raw's ratings. We already have Friday Night SmackDown struggling with numbers, and then Bron Breakker's title win can further increase the woes of the company. Breakker is indeed an enormously talented wrestler, but it's also true that he doesn't drive the ratings at the moment. Undisputed champion Cody Rhodes, once during his podcast show, accepted that it's true that only a few superstars move the needle in this business. Breakker certainly isn't that superstar. CM Punk is far ahead of him in this business. Therefore, WWE would be taking a huge risk if it hands over the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to Bron Breakker. Why Roman Reigns missed Raw after Survivor Series. WWE Raw after Survivor Series. War Games 2025 concluded with the Judgment Day standing tall with the women's tag team titles. However, a major name missing from the show was Roman Reigns. The original Tribal Chief competed at War Games as part of Team CM Punk, but suffered a big loss. His absence from the Raw after Survivor Series seems confusing, as big names usually appear on the post-show after a premium live event. One of the major reasons Roman Reigns missed Raw after Survivor Series is that he once again went on hiatus from the Stamford-based promotion. Over the past few months, we've seen that Reigns only returns a few weeks before a PLE and, after competing on the show, he disappears from television. After his absence from Raw this week, it seems the OTC is now on another time off from WWE and has gone on hiatus. Royal Rumble 2026 is the next premium live event of World Wrestling Entertainment, which will take place on January 31st. Before this, the company will only have a Saturday night's main event special show on December 13th, which will feature John Cena's last match. Considering that the Rumble is still quite a ways off, WWE might have opted to save the OTC for the premium live event. This could be why Roman was absent from Raw after Survivor Series. Triple H may now directly use him for the Royal Rumble, and to generate buzz for the PLE. WWE surely teased a Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes feud at the end of the War Games match. However, the only problem is that Drew McIntyre is still in the undisputed WWE title picture. The game can only insert the OTC in an undisputed title match after McIntyre is done with the American Nightmare. Due to this, Reigns left with no immediate plans after Survivor Series, which eventually led to his absence from Monday Night Raw. As of now, there is no official update on the next appearance of Roman Reigns. It remains to be seen how the storyline will unfold and when the Chief Content Officer will book the OTC's comeback.